I've been trying to record this video for the past 10 minutes now. Just even thinking about it and talking about it gives me really bad anxiety. So I just need everybody to just bear with me on retelling the story of how my sister was unalived by her husband using root. During the video, you may see me, burning some sage, taking a pause. This is very, 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 very rough to talk about. Before meeting her husband, she already had 3 kids of her own from a previous relationship. My sister had plans to wanting to be in the industry. She wanted to be a rapper. She wanted to be a model. That was something that she really wanted to do. So much talent. She has so much talent. My sister was a very smart, beautiful, and talented woman, and a wonderful mother to her children. Bear with me, y'all. So now I'm listening and I'm like, you know what? Every time like me and my sister would go out to eat or do something together or whatever, she would throw up. And that was the first sign of him putting something on my sister. Everything that she ate, she would throw it back up. And that was the first sign. All right, so yeah, I am going to post part 2 tomorrow. This takes a lot out of me. This takes a lot out of me, because I'm actually giving a lot more detail than I did the first time I told this story. But yes, please, if you know anybody, or even if you're dealing with some type of witchcraft or anything like that, I need you to understand that what I know now is you can get help. And what y'all need to understand is by the time we found out about it, it was too late. Stay tuned for part 2. Now, mind you, this is a couple of years later. Remember when I said when I first met him, I was a teen. So, things really wasn't clicking then. So the next time I met him, I'm actually, almost getting up in adult age. So now I'm a lot more wiser. I'm a lot more alert because, I'm going through my own things. What I'm saying? So now I'm starting to see signs. And my dad, was seeing signs. And everybody thought my dad was speaking crazy because, he had cancer and he was in our den. We had a little hospice bed and everything set up for him. So, but he wasn't talking crazy. He knew exactly what the fuck he was talking about. Oh God, y'all. I'm sorry. Now, during this time, she'll call me, and after a while, it was more so I would get a call like once a month, and I was like, okay, maybe she's, working, maybe she's, she's doing the family thing. And then tragedy happens. 2000. About 2005, we find out that my dad has prostate cancer. So she now has to come home. She has to leave California, and she has to come home. She wants to come home. She wants to be with our dad or whatever like that. And she comes home, and this is where things really start to turn up. There was also a time where my sister was trying to leave the house, and she said prior to that they got into a big argument, and he went into the room, he closed the door, he locked the door, everything was silent. So she was like, fuck it, I'm going over to my homegirl house, I'm out. Like, I'm going. She gets to the car. She gets in the car. This is her exact words, is what she told me, and I will never forget this shit. She said, sis, when I got into the car, I don't understand how I ended up under the car, running my leg over. My sister had a big ass bruise on her leg because somehow, some way, she ended up under the car. The car rolled back onto her leg. She said she don't even understand how she got under the car when she was getting into the car. She said it happened so fast. He was in the room doing his work. I gotta watch what I say. He was in the room doing his root work so that she wouldn't leave the house. She ends up back in the hospital. Now let me say this. We did not find that out until my sister started getting really sick. And that will be hopefully in the next video as I try to get through this one right here. So my sister is pregnant with her 4th child, which would be their child together. And they move to California. Moving to California was her way of trying to get into the industry, trying to get her music out there, trying to be a model. One thing about my sister, I can tell you, she didn't let kids stop her from living her dreams. She was a great mother. She took care of her children. She didn't let that stop. So they get out there to California, and my sister is meeting people. She's going into the studio. Mind you, he is back and forth home, taking care of the kids while she's really just trying to do what she always wanted to do. Okay? He didn't like that. There were times where she would call me from the studio and she would say, I want you to sing over the phone. Like, I done got the track down. I want you to sing. I want these guys to hear you. She was so excited to be in her element of trying to be in the industry and, get her career started. Her husband did not like that at all. He's more so, why you not at home taking care of the kids? Like, why you out here partying and, you go into these celebrity parties and why are you doing this? Ain't no gal of mine gonna be out here doing this. And I got a child with you. We got these kids. Her not knowing that he was abusing her children. They were little now. They were little. We found out he would beat the crap out of them. And I'm not talking about you just get a belt. He was beating the shit out of them. Okay? On top of that, found out that he was beating on my sister too. And found out that he beat her one time so bad that she had to go to the hospital. And this is where it starts. Okay. They hit it off really good. They're dating. She introduces him to us. My parents first, and then, we got a chance to meet him. I was a teenager the time that I met him. They've been together for a long time. I was a teenager the time that I met him. And even during that time, I knew something was a little off about him. And I'm not saying this all about, island people, because they do practice this stuff. I'm not saying that all island people do this. But I just kind of knew something was up with him. I just really couldn't figure out what it was at that time because, I was a teenager. So during this time, we met him. He seemed like a good guy, very church going man. My dad, before my dad passed away, when he met him, I remember him, saying that he didn't too much care for him. And on the other hand, you have my mom, who's more so kind of like, he's a good guy type thing. Like, he's in the military, he can take care of you and your kids, why not? Why not be with him? Fast forward, my sister ends up getting pregnant. And now the push is to, you might as well go ahead and marry this man. My sister did not want to marry this man. She told me this a lot of times. She did not want to marry him, but for some reason, she was pushed to marry this man because of him being in the military, him being a God-fearing man, him, being there for the kids. And then this is where things start to take a turn because, like I said, he presented himself to us as a great husband, as a great guy. But let's fast forward. So one day my sister was standing at the bus stop because she was going to a job fair. And this guy, he happened to ride past. She said that he turned back around, asked if she needed a ride. And you guys got to understand, like back then, catching a ride, nobody wasn't worried about anything happening to them. So it was kind of like in the South, it was kind of a thing to catch a ride with somebody. She caught a ride with him, and she caught a vibe off him. He is from Belize. He's in the military. So she saw that as, okay, he's a good guy. He's in the military. You know what I'm saying? He got his own thing going on. They hit it off real good. Something just fell. Wow. She had dreams and she had goals, and they were taken away from her. And it's really fucked up because if I knew what I knew now, and my mother knew what she knew now, we always wonder if we could have saved her.